Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and I'm in my craft room today, and we're going to stamp the September 2019 third card for the monthly stamping club, and we'll be making this card using the Band Together stamp set and detailed bands dies and the brick and mortar embossing folder. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? It's got so much texture, you just want to touch it. Okay, so I copied this one, well, cased it from Christy Gray because it was perfect the exact way it is. So Memento and Highland Heather, the Granny Apple Green marker, and in the blends, the combination Highland Heather and combination Granny Apple Green and the light mango melody, and that's for doing all the coloring. We're going to use Whisper White, Highland Heather, Granny Apple Green, some pearls, the Noble Peacock rhinestones, and on the inside I'm going to put the Good Morning Magnolia, one of the stamps. So here it is again. So here's the stamp set. This is the flower we're going to use, and then there's a die that cuts just the flower head out. You don't have to use the whole flower. It just fits like that. And then you cut it out. So there's the dies. Oh, here's the rest of the dies that go with that set. And then in the Good Morning Magnolia, there's this really cool filigree thing. And that's what I used on the inside and on the envelope in Highland Heather. These are the Noble Peacock rhinestones that have been pretty well on back order since they went live in June. They are absolutely gorgeous. And some pearls. Okay? Okay. So, last night when I was filming the second... Oh, look at my ugly mat. Dear me, I should have changed that. Okay, so last night when I was filming the second club card, it kind of cut off at the end and you didn't get to see where I put the pearls on it. So I'm just going to show you that, where the pearls are. Sorry, the rhinestones. I added 3 rhinestones. And I'm going to put a note when I publish that video and a picture of it with the rhinestones. Okay. So we have our envelope, a thick Whisper White card base, piece of white for the inside, piece of Highland Heather for the outside, the layer on the front. This is the piece that's going to have the embossing. And then this piece cuts the dies out. So there's a whole bunch of little white pieces. So in your kits, you're going to see words on the pieces, so that you know what to cut out of what piece. Now, this one belongs to that kit because, yeah, I forgot to cut one. There we go. All right, so those are the leaves. This is the flower. This is the sentiment. So very first thing, I'm going to run this through the brick and mortar embossing folder. Now, this is a 6x6 one, and you can do it this way, so your card is oriented like that, or you can put your cardstock in this way so your card is oriented landscape. This is portrait, that's landscape. This is hamburger, that's hot dog. I know, it's weird, but that's the way it is. So this is one of the new ones. So oops, I got cardstock flying everywhere. So I'm just going to use my magnetic platform and then the embossing folder with one clear plate over it. Now this works with my big shots. Oh, except that wasn't the magnetic platform. This is the magnetic platform. So it works with my big shot. But Stampin' Up! Also has available a shim, well, I guess they call it a cutting plate for the new ones until we get our new die cutting machine. And then there's going to be a method in place for the new ones and the old ones, the existing ones and the new ones. So I'm just putting my Big Shot stuff away. So here's the embossing. Look at that. Just I hope you can see the texture on that, because it really is nice. Lovely texture. Okay, so we'll put our tear and tape on here. So tomorrow's Thursday, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do my weekly, start up my weekly Facebook Lives, because tomorrow is the start of the fall fair and I have to go set up in the morning, and oh, my day is jam-packed full of stuff. Okay, so we'll do the rabbit ear thing. Come on. So, but by the time you see this video, it's going to be a moot point, because that tomorrow will be all over. And next week for sure I'm going to start my Facebook Lives again. Okay, so I'm just lining this up and getting it straight. Pull the rabbit ears. Pull out the liners. There we are. Now this just goes down on top of the white card base. Something is rocking on my table, driving me nuts. I haven't got a clue what it is. So I'm sorry if you're getting the after effects of my rocking table. It's only when I pull my tape off the dispenser. So when I use my tear and tape, I like to keep it on a large core tape dispenser. Mine is really well used. I've had this probably 10 years now. It really could use a cleaning, but that's what I use. Then I don't have to worry about losing the end and taking time to cut it. So it's on the dispenser, and I have those dispensers if you're looking for one. There we are. All right. So that's that. So the next thing that goes on there, I'm going to die cut this die. And just run it through the die cutting machine slowly. These new dies are really nice. The Stampin' Up! Is now making their own dies. So I put it upside down and then run it through slowly. And it cuts so beautifully. And then I get out take a pick tool. And not only does it take all the pieces out, but it takes it right out of the die. It just falls out. I love it. Stampin' Up! Has got some cool stuff. Okay, that's that one done. Get rid of my bits here. So that's going to just sit on there like that. But I have to do the sentiment and the flowers and the leaves. So I'm just going to put this to the side. And we're going to use Memento ink and flower. And I was lazy and didn't get my big block out because all I'm stamping is the flower. So I make sure I got lots of ink on there. Stamp the flower. Give it time to transfer over. There we are. So flower done. That off to the side. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of leaves. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay, and the last thing we have to stamp is the sentiment. And then I'm going to die cut it with that same die again so that we get just the piece. Let me show you the piece that cuts out of the middle. So this cuts out of the middle of there, fits in there. So I'm just going to cut the sentiment out of white and use just that middle piece. All right, done stamping with that. Right. Platform back out and center this. Now I'm not going to do this one upside down because I want it to be centered around the saying, but it's okay because all I'm using is the centerpiece and it doesn't have any filigree work in it. All right, so that, when I put it onto the card, is just going to slip in there like that. See how it fits? All right, now get rid of those bits and pieces. Do some quick coloring. I have Granny Apple Green. This is my favorite green that Stampin' Up has in the blends. I like the blends, I like the ink, I like the cardstock, I like the marker. Yeah, it's pretty well. I just love this color. So I'm just putting a base coat of light down. You want to make sure you get lots of ink on there so that there's blendabilities when you use the dark one. So this is the dark one. I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to go over top of this like that, and then just go back down the center again and just blend that all in just like that. See, you need to see the color coming through the other side in order for things to move properly. And the best way to do that is to do like a circular motion. Then you know you're going back and forth over the same spot more than once. Of course, when it gets down to the skinny part, you can't do the round and round thing. It doesn't take too long to color these. I probably should have colored a couple of them before I started the video, but sorry, I have to put up with my coloring. And see how it blends out the lines and leaves the color in there. All right, get this done quick. So today, in real time, is Wednesday, September the 4th, and the new holiday catalog went live this morning, and the new ice stamping ice glitter is back ordered already. It's absolutely fabulous. The good news is that they'll have some by the end of the month. They haven't turned it off yet. We can still order it and have it go into back order status. It's really cool glitter. It's a bit bigger than the Dazzling Diamonds that we have. So you can use it in shaker cards. You can also use it as snow on trees and stuff for holiday cards. Getting bored with my coloring yet? At least it's quick. So if I remember, I'll show you the ice glitter. So it's available in the 2019 holiday catalog until January the 4th, 2020. Last set of leaves. And I'm really sorry, then I have to cut them all out, so that's going to be boring to watch too. Oh well. I hope you have a cup of coffee and a snack. As Rachel Ray says, go get a snack and come back. I like watching her show. It's she's got a variety of stuff on there, as well as cooking. I don't know why I watch cooking shows, because I don't cook, but I like watching cooking shows. Okay, I'm done. Done the leaves. Now I'm going to get the flower and the Highland Heather and take the light one. Now this one, remember that not to do too much because you don't want it to dry out before you get back to do the dark color, because then you have to stick more ink on and reconstitute it. So you work in little areas. So I just put a good base coat down in a small area, about a quarter of the flower. And then I go in with the dark. And wherever you think there should be a shadow, like if something is sitting on top or there's lines, see how some petals are on top of other petals? That just gives you an idea of where to put the darker colors for shadow. And then just go back over it and blend it all in. And I'm going in a circular motion here. And that just gives you a really nice thick base. See how it goes through the other side? Okay, so now I'm going to do another chunk of leaves. And I'm not doing the center yet. I'm just doing the leaves. Oops. I keep telling my customers, when it squeaks like that, you're pushing too hard. And here I am squeaking it. So I hope you are enjoying the September cards. I was going to do a different one instead of the Christmas one that we are doing, but I decided that we needed to do a Christmas card. Okay, now I'm going back in with the dark and just doing where the lines are and where the leaves are over top. You kind of figure out where your light source is. And go back with the light one and just blend it all in. Now I should be able to do this whole section. Let's see if I can. I'm not being too careful with the petals because they're all getting colored the same color anyways. Make sure you don't leave any spots. Well, I guess you could. You could leave white spots, and then when you go back in the second time to put the second coat on, you'll have lighter spots. That would be cool too. Okay, that's it for the dark. Oh no, it's not. Got to do the center yet. I love this color. It's Highland Heather. So pretty. And Purple Posy. Oh my, Purple Posy's coming back. Yes, it is. They got the issues fixed. They're in production and it's coming soon. So we'll be able to order it, which is good because I have my In Color club starting soon, where you can come once a month and get a different In Color, the new In Colors, and then we're doing projects and we're getting free stuff. It's going around here, and then I'm going to bring this out a little more, and you can see it kind of moving in that light ink already. And then just go around the edge of that just to blend it in a bit. There we go. It doesn't take long. And then I have the light Mango Melody to do the center. Like it just sets that purple off. Okay, that's it for coloring. Now we gotta cut. So I'm going to turn my plate over so I get good adherability. And now comes the part where you have to figure out which way it goes and get it in there. So the longer you play, the better it's going to be. And I'm getting just a little piece of washi tape to hold it in place so it doesn't move. And there's only one die for the leaves, unfortunately, so there's going to be a lot of cutting for the leaves. And I'll use a piece of washi on that too, because I don't want it to move. Then I have to redo it all, and you guys are, it's too painful. I know. No. All right. You don't have to go too slow with these because there's no filigree work. It's just straight cutting. So there's the flower. And there's one leaf. I'll just move this over to the next leaf. Leaf number 2. Guess I'm going to have to give up and use another plate. Get a new bottom plate. I did a new top plate and it's working well, so I'll put that one on the bottom and get a new top one. I just hate getting new plates. I don't know why. It's just, they're not broken or cracked. They shouldn't be replaced. But it gets to the point where it's just too well used. And then it's time. All right. Sorry how boring this is. But the good thing is that you're watching it on replay, so you'll be able to fast forward it to the end of the die cutting. All right, one more. I know you all have busy lives, and I appreciate you joining me. Yay! Okay, we're done. We're done. That's all the die cutting done. So now we just have the assembly part. Okay. Here's the card base. And there's this. So I'm just going to put it kind of where I want it. My Tombow here. Put a little bit of Tombow. And just slide this one under here like that. And then some Tombow in strategic spots. Now if you're doing this at home, take a minute or two and just let the glue dry. I will let it do that because we can do the flower while it's drying. See, I'm just putting little tiny dots. So if you put the little tiny dots all over, and then just let it sit and wait till the dots go clear. Then they act like little tiny glue dots. And then they don't squirch out. All right. So now we have the flower, and we're going to attach the leaves, 3 sets of, really? All right. I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow there, and we'll stick one down here, like that. Hold it for a second till it sticks, not to me. And another one, the same thing. And I'm going to put that one up here. And one more. Then the last one goes on the top after we get it all assembled. So now I just want to see how these are going clear. Do you see the ones that I got, little teeny tiny ones? They go clear. And then when you put them on, all they do is stick. They don't goop. We'll stick this on here like that. And some tape in the middle of the sentiment and get that down. Oh, darn. I was just thinking as I put it down, this thing is directional, so you got to be really careful. So now I'm pulling it all back up again and putting it all back down again. There we are. Now we can put it in there. There we are. Now the flower is going to go down there like that. So we need some dimensionals on it. And I'm going to put the dimensionals on the leaves. And the reason I'm doing that is because they're one cardstock height higher than the cardstock for the flower itself. And then you won't end up with bending anywhere. See how that goes? Now, this corner needs something. So I'm just going to take my scissors, cut off a little. You're now seeing one of my secrets. I'm going to put a little strip of cardstock right here on the back side of the flower so I can put a dimensional there. And that's going to go right about there. All right, so now we'll take the liners off the dimensionals. I used to have issues all the time when I was first started remembering to take all the backs off, all of the dimensionals. Yeah. All right. Put that right about there. It's a bit lower than the other one, but that's okay. We'll find a new spot for the dimensionals, or the rhinestones. This needs a little bit of glue on the back side. And it kind of goes on here like this. Now we just have to put the pretties on. Oh, and stamp the inside of the envelope. Okay, start with the rhinestones. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 purple ones. I'm going to put one. Oh, we need a big purple. Oh well. It won't be big purple. I don't have any big left. Hang on, I got to get another package of rhinestones because I want a big one for that end of that leaf. And I did a big purple one. Okay, so, oh, that looks better. Oh, Sugar Shack. Oh. Darn, that was the doorbell, and I think that's my order coming. It was really weird yesterday. I got 2 orders in, and they delivered one here, and then they delivered one to my neighbor and told my neighbor that I wasn't home. I haven't quite figured out what's going on yet, but okay, so that's those, and I need another green one up here like that, and a green one here, and I got a green one there and a green one there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we just need the pearls. And I'll put a pearl up there, and we'll put a little one over there, And then we'll put a medium one over here. Here we are. We're done. All right, so there you go. See, this one is up a little bit higher than this one, but it's okay. I like them both. Now, inside. It's oriented this way, so I'm going to stamp that flourishy thing. So this is what the inside looks like. Turn it over because my X is there. Ah! Okay, then I just about drop the stamp. So I'll have to erase the X. So there's that, and do the envelope. And I'm going to do the back of the envelope. Because I can. It's my envelope. Now we're going to take the Granny Apple Green marker and just go around the outside like this, real quick, to give it a little bit of definition, not too much. Erase that X before I forget. Now put the tape on. I have my window open and I can hear the wind starting. It's every day about 2 o'clock. Most days about 2 o'clock we get a wind they call the Qualicums, comes down our ocean channel. I hope that delivery dude left my parcel and didn't take it to the neighbor's house. My regular dude is on holidays, which is awful because he never checked with me to see if he could go on holidays. I have a really good relationship with my UPS man. I feed him all the time, keep him happy. Okay, there we are. There's the original one, and there's the second one. And we're done. Didn't take too long. I'm glad you could join me today. Stamp and smiles, and bye for now.